It's always thrilling to see every fall that people are marching and walking for various diseases. The breast cancer October was very successful, which was just completed. We'd like to draw attention to September next year. We've just finished the Alzheimer's emphasis month to bring people aware of Alzheimer's. As breast cancer has many survivors, Alzheimer's has none. It's a slowly progressive disease over 12 to 15 years, very devastating, and will affect almost all families, either themselves, their loved ones, or caring for people with Alzheimer's. The motivation is very strong here because, unlike breast cancer, there are no survivors, but they have hope and purple passion. Why is Alzheimer's so important? Not only does it affect so many of us, it is now the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. It is interesting that as research has improved life expectancy and people don't die of heart disease and strokes as much as they used to, every one of these things makes people live longer, and Alzheimer's keeps becoming more important. And it's affecting people almost every 33 minutes at this time, and will be increasing very rapidly in the near future. It's ironic that as we progress that we're going to see more and more of this, and be sure to tune in and use that purple passion next September. I'd like to point out my first experience with Alzheimer's. It happened about 30 years ago. I had a patient who had a heart attack and was doing quite well after that. And he came in to see me every 6 months or so for the next 8 or 10 years. And I gradually noticed that was a little bit distant talking to him, and I wasn't sure he's understanding it. And then one day his wife came in and asked to talk to me personally and said, you know, the family's been noticing that when he reads the paper, sometimes it's upside down, and when he reads the Reader's Digest, he had the book upside down. And so he was sent to the neurologist, and they made the diagnosis of Alzheimer's. And he lived for many years after that, and we never saw him much, except maybe once a year for his heart disease, and then he kind of passed out of the picture. Until one day he came to the emergency room at our local hospital with chest pain, and his family brought him in, and I was called to the emergency room to admit this guy and take care of his heart attack and help him survive. I was immediately collared by the 2 daughters, and they pleaded with me, please don't save our father. And they proceeded to tell me the story that over the last 3 or 4 years, one of the daughters came home to help their mother, our patient's wife, and then the other daughter had to come home because it took 3 women to take care of this man. And they would lock their father and mother into the bedroom at night because this man no longer could go to the bathroom, and he urinated and he defecated any place in the house where the urge came. And they slowly had to remove all the furniture, they had to remove all the carpets, and their house was bare. And these women were desperate. He has lived long enough. We have given our lives for this man. Please don't have him live longer. And we're kind of happy to say that he died on this admission from his heart attack. So instead of another story that was really very tragic, I feel, I was taking my medical students around to see my patients in the hospital, and the woman next to our patient just kind of looked at the ceiling. She had just received a coronary artery bypass. And so the students were wondering what was going on over there. So we stopped at the nurse's station. They says, well, we don't know why either, but this lady just had a coronary bypass and she's totally demented. She has full-blown Alzheimer's. She does not recognize her husband or any members of her family, and they just couldn't understand why she was getting a coronary bypass. There are several comments we can make on this, but just briefly it points out that When healthcare is free, people will do whatever is necessary. They will listen to a surgeon that wants to operate for no reason at all. Because for the rest of us, if we had Alzheimer's, we would just be pleased to hope that some other disease, some other organ in our body, some other system would fail so we could die and put an end to the suffering for ourselves and for our family. That's it for today, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post any questions you have below. I'm Meyer. Until next time, take care.